So as we live our life, our pelvis needs to be able to move dynamically. So when we do things like walking upstairs, squatting, getting in and out of a chair, we need our pelvis to be able to shift and move into different positions. When this doesn't happen, it can affect the pelvic floor and affect the function of the pelvic floor. Let's take a look at that. So here's our pelvis. This rubber band is our pelvic floor that's kind of slinging from the bottom. Our pelvis, when the outlet, or the pelvic inlet, moves into what we call an internal rotation position, you can see how that puts tension on the pelvic floor. When the pelvic inlet moves into an external position, you can see how that pelvic floor kind of gets slackened or we lose some tension in it. So when the length-tension relationship at the pelvic floor changes as the pelvis moves, it can affect the function of the pelvic floor. So what can happen with our rehabilitation is that sometimes when people have kind of a slackened pelvic floor, they might be prescribed Kegels. And sometimes when people have more of a tension or a tightness to their pelvic floor, they might be prescribed relaxation exercises. And so you might be at home doing a lot of Kegel strengthening or a lot of pelvic floor relaxation when what you actually need is some mobilization or some changes to your actual pelvis bones and joints to get the pelvic floor into a better length-tension relationship to function more appropriately.